This one I don't think we'll be able to get both in. This one will. Okay, wait a few minutes. All right, Uja, thank you for tuning in. I see some people are starting to come into the space. They are starting the fireworks early. Uja Seneb. Shahid, can you hear me all right? If you could just type in the chat room that you can hear me, that would be great. All right. All right, greetings. Welcome to tonight's presentation of Ancient African Adorations in honor of Sirius Culmination. And I hope that you've had a chance to check out the Sirius viewing guide, which had information on the ceremony. And then when we're done with our music, we're supposed to go outside and look at Sirius if you're in Central Time Zone. If you're in the Eastern Time Zone, Sirius is culminating right now. So I suggest you go take a look and then come back in for the music. And I have a special guest here with me tonight. It's going to be joining me on the music portion, KAHARI LEMUEL on cello. Oh, I better leave it the way it is since it's working. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to start the ceremony. You can go to tachia.com/Sirius-culmination, and there'll be a link there for the viewing guide if you want to follow along with the ceremony. And I learned of this ritual from the Goddess book by Dr. Mwada Ashby. And this ritual can be performed throughout the year, and especially tonight, December 31st, when Sirius culminates at midnight. It doesn't mean that it's the highest point in the sky, the zenith, but it's at the midpoint between the horizons, occurs at midnight. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading because Goddess Aset is the goddess of wisdom. So some of the items for the ritual we have is candle, of course, and incense should be burning, and water. And for the food offering, we've been advised to have a sweet cake. So I have a cookie here. And the sistrum. And start with the sistrum. And if you saw some of the notices, there's a deep connection between Sirius and the goddess Aset. So the ritual will be talking about Aset more so than Sirius. So we start with the sistrum, which shows that existent things must be shaken up and never have cessation from impulse, to be wakened when they fall asleep and are far away and die away. For they say they turn aside and beat offset with sistrum. Corruption binds nature fast and brings her to a stand. The sistrum frees her and raises her from death by means of motion. Now the sistrum has a curved top, and its arc contains the four ringers. For the part of the cosmos which is subject to generation is circumscribed to the sphere of the moon, and all things in it are moved and changed by the four elements: fire, air, water, and earth. And this system that I have has the goddess Hetaru at the handle. Anything else I need to say about that? All right. And you can call in response if you want to repeat after me during the chanting. This prayer is directed towards the purification of the mind and body, which will allow your spiritual practice or your movement to be unobstructed on earth as well as in heaven. It is a propitiation to the divine that you should not be confined to the temporal world of time and space, physical body and self-consciousness, so that you may go beyond the ignorance of ordinary human existence and thereby discover the truth of your true nature as one with the Supreme Self. Aset says, I, Aset, am all that has been, all that is or shall be, and no mortal man hath ever unveiled me. Now we invoke the presence of Aset, Ma'at, and Nebuchadnezzar. Aset is the goddess of wisdom and intuition, and this is connected to Sirius. Ma'at is the goddess of balance, truth, order, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and righteousness. And Nebuchadnezzar is the twin sister of Aset, represents our physicality and mortality. So we're invoking Aset, Ma'at, and Nebuchadnezzar, the embodiment of wisdom and devotion towards the divine. Aset is the mother of the universe, and she herself veils her true form as a supreme transcendental self. This veil of ignorance is only due to illusion. Therefore, we pray to Aset to make her presence known in her true form. This unveiling is a metaphor symbolizing the intuitional revelation of the divine or enlightenment in your mind. The divine is already present in your heart. Aset is in your heart and only needs to be revealed. However, she can only reveal herself to the true aspirant, one who is devoted to her, the self, and her alone. Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset, Dua Aset. Dua Ma'at, Dua Ma'at, Dua Ma'at, Dua Ma'at. You were never had, you were never had, you were never had, you were never had. You were a star, you were a star, you were a star, you were a star. A star represents the universal soul, represents all humans and all the trials and tribulations we go through in life and in the afterlife. Now we're going to have a song for a star. Glory to a star, ooh, never. Glory to a star, ooh, never. Glory to a star, ooh, never. Glory to a star, the great God within us. Abitos, King of eternity. Abitos, King of eternity. Abitos, King of eternity. Lord of the everlasting. Beautiful, beautiful youth, come to thy house at once. We see thee not. Hail, beautiful boy, come to thy house. Draw near after thy separation from us. Hail, beautiful youth, pilot of time, who groweth except at his hour. Holy image of his father Tim, mysterious essence proceeding from Atem. So the next part of the ritual is dealing with the death of a Asar, the death of a soul, and he's brought back to life by Aset and Nebuchadnezzar. And I have here this illustration which shows this very process with the goddess Aset and Nebuchadnezzar bringing the soul back to life after it was murdered by the ego. And so this is the process that we go through at this time. And if you can, when you see Sirius, you also see Orion's belt. That's how you find Sirius. And they say that Orion is pointing towards Sirius. Oh, yeah, that's right. Orion is pointing towards Sirius to protect Sirius, or Asar's watching over Aset. But in reality, it's Aset and Nebuchadnezzar that are protecting and caring for Asar. That's just an observation. Yes, they're both looking after each other. Right. Now we will have the libation. Let me pour some water onto the ground. I'm going to pour it into the plant. So this is representing when Aset is crying over the death of Asar. I am the sister Aset, the darling of thy heart. Because of my love for thee, thou being absent, I water the earth with my tears this day. Hail, beautiful boy. Come to thy exalted house, thy exalted house. Let thy back be to thy house. The gods are upon their thrones. Hail, I come in peace, King. Come in peace. Thy son Heru is avenging thee. Thou causest great grief to thy two queens. We weep for thee at thy shrines. Babe, how lovely it is to see thee. Come, come to us, O great one. Glorify our love. Come thou to thy house. Fear not. O ye gods who are in heaven, O ye gods who are on the earth, O ye gods who are in the Jua, the netherworld, O ye gods who are in the abyss, O ye gods who are in the service of the deep, we follow the Lord of love. This is a ritual is based on the myth of the Asarian resurrection. And if you're not sure about that myth, you're probably aware of some of its derivatives. For example, the story of Christmas, what we call Christmas, the story known as the Lion King, the story of anytime there's a son has to redeem his father because his father was murdered by his brother. Anytime you see that type of theme, it's referring to this Asarian resurrection. And the ceremony that we're doing tonight is in honor of the culmination of Sirius and the resurrection of the soul, the resurrection of Asar. Okay. At one point in the battle for Haru, with Ego, with Set, his eyes are injured by Set, and he receives healing from Jehuti and Heteru. So the next part of the ritual is the healing of our sight, of our vision. And I'm going to be chanting Ankh Uja Seneb and then Nukheru, Nukpuheru, Nukpuheru. So you could sing along with me or call in response. So this is to symbolize the healing of our vision so we can see clearly. Ankh Uja, Ankh is eternal life, Uja is vitality, and Seneb is health. So it's a healing chant from the temple of Raseki. Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb. Nukpuheru, 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 Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb, Ankh Uja Seneb. Nukpuheru, 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 Nukpuheru. And then I have the Eye of Heru. And you're healing your vision. So represent healing your vision, your inner vision. I want myself too. Okay. So, again, Aset is divine intuition, the mother of wisdom. Asar represents the soul, the universal soul. And every one of us, everyone, whenever you read of Asar, you're reading the story of your own life. And then Haru represents spiritual aspiration, spiritual victory, and in different myths. For example, in Christianity, he would be considered Jesus Christ, and the Lion King, he'd be Simba. These are all just ancient myths in modern versions. So the next chant is for that trio. It's the original Holy Trinity. The Ankh is the original cross, and in Christian religion, they took away the mother, the divine feminine, and replaced it with another phallic symbol, the Holy Spirit. But the original Trinity is mother, father, and child. So this chant is adorations to Aset, Asar, and Haru. Let's see what's the one divine self manifesting as the Trinity of the divine Father, Mother, and Child. Om Asar Aset Haru. Om Asar Aset Haru. Om Asar Aset Haru. Om Asar Aset Haru. I'm going to have a chant for Asar. The translation is Nihas Imhotep is may you be enlightened in peace. And then Unshen is for eternity. And then the second one is Nias Imhotep on Ken without ending. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep Unshen. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep on Ken. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep Unshen. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep on Ken. Nukasar, 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 Nukasar. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep Unshen. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep on Ken. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep Unshen. Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep, Nias Imhotep on Ken. Nukasar, 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 Nukasar. Right now we are transitioning into the musical portion of the program. And this is a chant for Sirius rising. And again, you can repeat after me. It's Dua Sabdu Uben Nifer. You'll pick it up quick. Oh, so Uben Nifer means good rising. Dua Sabdu Uben Nifer, good rising. and then dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mother of Wisdom. Dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Sabdu Uben Nifar, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, dual Aset Mutarakab, Burn good, burn good, burn good, burn good, burn good, Learn food to love and peace. All right, now we're going to have our accompaniment from the cello. Let's sip the tea here. This song is it's called Sabdu Uben Sabdet Nehest, and it's a song about Sirius. The Kemetic term for Sirius is Sabdu or Sabdet. Greek term is Sothis, also Sirius. And I first learned about Sirius from the Dogon. And my first band was called Dogon Sirius. So I've been following Sirius for a very long time. And this song contains wisdom teachings from Dr. Muada Ashby's writings and a little bit about the Dogon from the book Sirius Mystery. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening, Sirius rising, Sirius awakening, Sirius rising, Sirius awakening, Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sabdu ben, sabdet nehes. Sabdu ben, sabdet nehes. Sabdu ben, sabdet nehes. Sabdu ben, sabdet Rising star of chromatic New Year, culminates at the Western New Year. Rising star of chromatic New Year, culminates at the Western New Year. Sabtu is our brightest star, she is our closest star. So this Sirius, Sabtu, the scorching star. She's seen from all over the earth, she's a dwarf star. She is the dog star, she's a binary star. Sirius and Digitalia, Sobtu and Sobdet, Potolo and Sigitolo. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sabtu ben, sabdet mihes. Sabtu ben, sabdet mihes. Healing rising with our sun begins a new year. So this spirit is one serious year, one serious year. Healing rising with our sun begins a new year. So this spirit is one serious year, one serious year. Our sun travels 1,461 times around the star in one serious year. The Dogon peoples of Mali and Africa use Sokju as a time reckoner. They say that Dogon say that the nectar came from Sokju to Earth. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. Sirius rising, Sirius awakening. going to have the song for the Hall of Ma'ati. You've probably seen images where the heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. And if your heart is light as a feather and it's free of regrets and attachments, then you can move on to the next phase, the netherworld. But if your heart is heavy with regrets or bitterness or what we call fetters of Set, then your heart will be devoured by Amit and you will be reincarnated back on earth. The goal of life is to attain enlightenment and not have to be reincarnated. A lot of people talk about in the next lifetime, that we're supposed to move on. So, I have the translation here. Teachings that purified in the great hall of Ma'ati. So Ma'ati represents the dual goddesses of truth of above and below heaven and earth, and is symbolized by the two goddesses Aset and Nebuchadnezzar, who we saw in the image, and we have more music for them. So if you've seen the image of the dual snakes around the caduceus, those represent Aset and Nebuchadnezzar, the dual goddesses of Ma'ati. So the hall of Ma'at is a hall of purification. So carved to the Ma'at goddesses of righteousness, order, and truth, the goddesses of above and below, heaven and earth, the dual existence in time and space renders you pure of all unrighteousness. So this chant has the power to, rid your life of unrighteousness, fetters of Set, egoism. And the lyrics are Seabutuke Matiu Useketit A. Seabutuke Matiu Useketi Sebutuke 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 Matiu Useketi C'est pour te what you in, who's a kitty, c'est pour te what you in, who's a kitty, right? Now we're going to have the speech of Aset and the speech of Nebuchadnezzar. I like to read the translations first so you know what the song is about. So this is Dr. Wada Ashby's work, his translations and interpretations. And it has 3 lines. The first one is four. The first one is the hieroglyphs, then it's the phonetics, then it's the literal translation, and then his interpretation. These words are spoken by Goddess Aset. I come to you in a role as your protector. I blow from me to you the liberating and rejuvenating air from the north with fullness of consciousness, which cleanses your nose to the nostrils for your body. This air comes in the form of the god Temu, who is in the north, which is the spirit essence of Ra, the source and sustenance of all life, and the successful completion of the spiritual journey. I have collected the pieces of your throat for you so you can breathe and live. I pieced your throat back together and cleared obstructions to the air from Temu that conveys the vital life force. So now you have the capacity to experience unobstructed vitality. Now you do not have internal obstructions to existing as a conscious living being. I have given to you the capacity to exist in the form of a God, and in your presence, I present to you your enemies which have fallen under your feet. So now you do not have external obstructions to existing in your divine form. By doing these things, I, the goddess of intuitional wisdom, the embodiment of wisdom, have caused for you to have a divine state in heaven over which you have power and dominion, and all the gods and goddesses behold you. HOTEP. tebike semakeru kiyumutsu maneteru 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 maneteru. Do a Aset. Now the translation for Nebuchadnezzar. Again, it's the same hieroglyphs, translation, transliteration. Words spoken by Asar Ani, the initiate. And you can also insert your name there. Anytime you hear Asar, like I would be Asar Arit, this would be Asar KAHARI, Asar Rachel, Asar Sybil. Words spoken by Asar Ani. Ani is the scribe who did most of the writings that we still have today. Words spoken by Asar Ani, the initiate, who is true of speech, spiritually victorious. That's the term Makaru. Goddess Nebethet, the goddess of physical existence, who presides over the house, the physical body, and who represents physicality and earthly vitality, and presides over the lower aspects of the mind, the body, its form, appearance, and the vitality aspect of the personality that are needed for supporting physical existence, says, I go around behind your head. And remember the illustration where Nebuchadnezzar is behind the head of Asar as they're bringing the soul back to life. Bringing the soul back to life. Behind your head. My brother Asar, I come to you. I am protector of your body parts and specifically your head. The term Tawi refers to the two lands, upper and lower Kemet, also metaphysically higher and lower self. In other words, every aspect of your being. Bow in homage as they behold and invoke the Asar, which bestows spiritual victory on them. Nebuchadnezzar continues, I have bound thee and brought about spiritual wholeness through integration of thy personality. This is a rising up in consciousness to cause spiritual victory over what Set hath done to you. Your enemies are overthrown by the beneficent divinity Ptah, and enemies represent egoism, fetters of Set, negative thoughts. Beneficent divinity Ptah, who is an aspect of Asar. Ptah assists with the opening of the mouth of the initiate, where the Sayut Set bandages, the fetters of Set, that prevents one's expansion in consciousness that are placed over the mouth are removed. Thus, you have the capacity to experience expansion in consciousness that leads to spiritual victory. So I just wanted to say that when they talk about removing the bandages from the mouth symbolizes consciousness. It's really small. I don't know if you can see it, but there's an eye. Anytime you see an eye, it represents consciousness. And then without the dot or the eye, the pupil iris, it's a mouth. And so when removing the fetters of Set or the bandages from the mouth, that means freeing your consciousness, liberating your mind. And an interesting thing about the hieroglyphs, the Aritu represents our actions, our deeds. It's also the term for the chakras, and the mouth symbolizes the consciousness. So it's just like you could just study these hieroglyphs for days, and the symbolism and meaning itself is enlightening. At least it is for me. And that's also part of my name, Arit, action, offering, consciousness, chakras, all those things. Okay. So this is the speech of Nebuchadnezzar. in a sarani Makeru nebehe The car in her HOTEP Sinasaraya Lim Sauke HOTEP Tawike Manaske Akmakeru Imzenu Jezahanet Zemakeru Eraditu Ekezeke Enpatakeke Meduje Enasarani Makeru nebehe The car in a HOTEP Sinasaraya Lim Sauke HOTEP Tawike Manaske Akmakeru Imzenu Jezahanet Jezahanet Zemakeru Eraditu Ekezeke Enpatakeke 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 Do another day. All right, now we're going to have a chant. And this is for Aset, Ma'at, and Nebuchadnezzar. The earlier one was for Aset, Ma'at, Nebuchadnezzar, and Asar. This one is just for the goddesses. Dua Aset, Dua Ma'at, Dua Nebuchadnezzar. 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 Gotcha. All right. Now we have another cello company. This one is O Ma'ati Ma'akeru, the one divine self manifesting as the dual goddesses of truth of above and below, heaven and earth, assist us in attaining spiritual enlightenment. All right, we finished right on time. It is now midnight. It's time to go outside and view the star Sirius if you're in the central zone, and receive the good vibrations and intuitional wisdom. While everyone else is outside with fireworks, we'll be outside meditating. Thank you for joining me. Dua HOTEP, happy Comedic Sirius Culmination and Western New Year. Thank you to KAHARI LEMUEL for accompanying me on cello, and I hope to do more of this in the future, 2023. HOTEP. Glasses on. Thank you so much for your beautiful roses and comments. HOTEP. Let's get this to. Everyone wants me to leave. There we go. Thank you for being here, HOTEP. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Happy 2023, Sirius Culmination.